Hello all, we are here for the lesson number 33 of this VariCAD training course, and this lesson is dedicated to Boolean operations. We can start this lesson by looking on the operations or commands that we can do with this topic. So we can go here to the Objects menu and we will see about two commands we have here. This command, common Boolean operation and Boolean operations. We are going to see what these two groups of commands will do to our parts. Okay? Before I make anything, I need to explain what is a Boolean operation. And this is something that allows you to add, volume, intersect, cut, and some other little special operations, but basically these three: cut, add, or intersection on solids if the solids in question have some overlap shape between them. Okay, so let us start and see some things we can do with this. Okay, I will make a box. Okay, something like 100 by 50 by 20, simple shape. Just do the OK with insertion. And now I will start by these Boolean operations to these functions, the cut option. So for that purpose, I will add a new one. For example, we can make it a little bigger, no problem. Okay, and we have a new solid. Doesn't matter exactly what it is. I will put it a little more here and push it a little up. Okay, a little more. So I think it is okay. I will change the color of this new solid just to have a better perception of what is going on. So there is no question that we have one solid inside another, but still two different solids. So let us start. Boolean operations, the first one, cut, delete, cutting solid. So basically it will be a cut operation where I will give first the solid used to make the cutting, the blue one, and the solid that is going to be the root solid, so it will be the solid transformed. So basically one cut the other, very easy. Second operation, cut the same but keep the cutting solid, so it will act the same again. This is the tool, this is the solid transformed. So you see now there is a little different. I will do the blank to this blue one and you see that inside there is a cut. Okay, so the difference is basically cut but does not delete the blue solid in this case. We have another kind of operation which is the add, and the add is add one to the other, and now it's only one solid. Okay, we could do operations in this only solid. I can turn it back. Another operation, the intersection, and the intersection is the common area between the two, so blue and red, and the result will be what is overlapped between the two solids in question. Okay, I think these are very easy operations to understand. I have this selective cut and so on, which are a little some variants of the first basic operations. For that I will change this a little. Okay, I will make something that still did not it was not shown on the lessons, but it is something like this. Can be one, okay. It is what we call a shell, okay, from the basic one. I will create now a hole. I will show you after in this lesson how to work with this. So basically this function, and okay, it's inserted, no problem. Now I will make another solid, which I will use for some other operations a little up front in this course. So I will consider a new insertion point. It can be in the middle, it can be in the center of this guy here, and now it should be around 25 minus, should be something like this, okay, should be okay, and okay. I want this, in fact, I want this a little bigger, so I want this with 25, for example, and just do the transformation. Okay, it is done. And now to finish this thing here, I want to make a Boolean operation adding this one to the big one. Okay, so now I have everything as I want. Now I want to make a cylinder. It can be something like this, no problem. I will do the positioning of this solid. It's not very important, just a little up, a little back. Okay, and what I want is something like crossing these areas here from one side to the other, so perfect. Okay, so now I have this preparation done to show you the rest of the functions. First, on the same menu, Boolean operations, selective cut, delete, cutting solid. So I will give to the system the solid that it will be used for cutting. So this one here, and the solid that is going to be cut on the side that is going to remain. So this area here, okay? This is not the best case to show you, because in this particular case I would obtain what I obtained here, or only the areas that were cutted on these round holes, okay? The following one, the same, it is a selective cut, but this time it will keep the solid, this first one, okay? Basically it cut, you can see that the shape inside it is cut, but did not delete the cylinder, okay? Next one, selective add, and now I will add one solid to the other. I will add this cylinder to this one here, and I can choose this solid that is going to be added on the section that will remain. So I will say I will click this in the middle, adding to this one. So it added, but only on the section I give. Okay, so it's a selective adding. To the end, I have these two functions that I will leave for now. Okay. But I can show you the selective operations are done. I want to show you these a little different operations for whole mill groove fillet chamfer. Okay, so starting, I will do this. I will do the cutting this to this. Okay, and now starting with these guys, common Boolean operations, the whole. And the whole, I just want to say which is the solid I will make a hole. So this one here. And now it opened me a box, a dialog box, where I can say the diameter, the depth of the hole, and the tool access. I will explain this one, which I think is important. This chamfer, recess, tapered bottom. If I choose these ones, okay, it will open me these dialog options here. I don't want any of these. I want to make a simple hole. So diameter 10, depth 50, tool access 5. I want to put extra what I have here so that I can guarantee that it is going to cross all my solids. So do the OK, easy. And now I will position this where I want. So this 90, okay, I will not make any big problem of this. And now you can see that two things. First, this crossing, if I want to make the hole in the bottom of this, so it is crossing, so there is no problem. But you can see that, for example, regarding the zero, regarding the reference point of the hole, I have something up, and this up is the 5 millimeters I had on the dialog box. And this is because sometimes on the mathematical calculations, if we give the reference as being the plan, the extremity plan, you will have problems in some calculations. So there is always this outer excess. Basically, this is one of the reasons. There are others, but this is the main one. So when it is positioned, just do the OK, and the hole, it is done. Okay, very easy. So I think it's not difficult to understand. I have the mill, and the mill is a little about the same, but now instead of a hole which is a cylinder shaped, now I can give a square box to make this. So let us say, for example, 100 by 10 by, let us say, 60, something like that. Not very important. So if I position this also, I'm not looking too much on the exact place to put this. This is just to show the purpose of this command. So position this here in this place, do the OK, and basically you see that it was a little strange because the intention was to cross it on the other side, but let us put it again a little to the other side. So you see that the shape that I give, that's why they call it mill, because it was done by a milling machine. So basically it is the same purpose. I have the groove, and for the groove I will need a little about this cylinder. I think it's the best shape. The groove can be useful for several situations, but I think the best is to show you on a cylinder. So cylinder, and we can give this kind of functionality dimensions. So again, I can give a little more, 5, and give the 3 mil, and I can give, for example, 30, and the wide I can give, for example, 3 mil. And now I have these to position in my solid. So I can position it on the extremity. Let's try to position it here correctly. So in the center, okay, it is done. So I'll push it a little up. No big stress about the real position of this guy here. So and just do the OK. And if you see it, okay, it made a groove on the solid. Okay, I think it's very easy also. So there are two other functions on the common Boolean operations, which are the FeelIt and the chamfer. So FeelIt, very easy. You can choose from several options. You can choose a continuous edge, a single edge, and a patch outline. So for example, in this case, I'm not sure if it's going to choose something. It's not the best case here, but okay, it could choose some areas here. Did not choose. If I choose the continuous, it will be choose one by one. Okay, something like this. For example, do the OK. The radius I can give, for example, 1 mil, and do something like this. Okay. Basically, the chamfer is the same, but I still have this function here that I want to show you, the patch outline, and the patch outline chooses one plan with all the options here. Probably it will give some problems because of this area, but let us try. Okay, right, it was the issue. But if I go to the other side, for example, not chamfer, sorry. Again, FeelIt, plan, this, okay. Let's try 1 mil. Okay, it worked. So it will do all these things in just one command. Okay, basically the chamfer is the same. I want to go back. Basically the chamfer is the same, but the only difference, you have the same options. The only difference is that now you can get the chamfer distance. Okay, so okay, here it is a mistake, basically because the value, it was wrong, but we can try to do it again. Chamfer, okay, I want 1 mil again, and it is done. Very easy, also no stress. So basically these are the operations, the Boolean operations we have inside the program. Okay, so these basic ones are very easy, and we have a couple of options here. But there are two options that I want to show you. The first one is quite easy, which is explode Boolean tree. Should be aware using this command, because basically it will decompose your solid with all the operations in basic ones. So if you see this, it make me a warning about this, because I cannot come back to the yes, and what it happened, it is that now I have basic solids, the box, this area, the cylinder. So we must be careful using this command. Okay, but basically it's a decomposition of the complex solid. I will clean this, I don't want it. And now I want to show you the last option for the Boolean tree addition. Okay, I can do two things. First, it is the addition of the tree structure. And why to do this? This is important because the order on the way we make our solids, it is important for the final shape. And the example is what I'm going to show you. There are millions of examples. I want to show you this simple one. So edit Boolean tree structure. You see that in the solid we have here, what I have done, I've done the hole, and then I position this area here. And this happened because I have the hole on the structure, I have the hole before this box. If I change the order like this, choosing this, okay, and saying moving previous of this one, you see now it is different, because now the order, it is you position this guy here and then you make the hole. Okay, so the order of the commands is very important inside VariCAD and can lead you to change the solid in many ways. So every case is a different case. This is an example, a very easy and simple example to show you what is possible to do with this. The other command inside, it is copy or remove branches. We can get an operation, for example, this hole, saying move it or copy it. If you move, you take out of this solid. If you copy it, it will remain here. So copy, okay, and then I have the possibility to grab it, position in this solid or in some other solid you have in your in this working environment, and saying okay. Okay, this is the basic solid, so it did not work on the root solid, so I can have some operation now. Okay, basically is grabbing the root shape and copying it if it is copied, or moving it if it is a move to some other place and work with that shape. In this very simple solid, I was able to grab the hole or grab this shape here done by a box. Okay, so with this explanation, I think we've seen everything important about Boolean operations. I hope it was easy to understand, and hope to see you in my next lesson of this VariCAD course. See you.